The Triarchy of Negroponte was a crusader state established on the island of Euboea after the partition of the Byzantine Empire following the Fourth Crusade. Partitioned into 3 baronies run by a few interrelated Lombard families, the island soon fell under the influence of the Republic of Venice. From circa 1390, the island became a regular Venetian colony as the Kingdom of Negroponte. History. Establishment. According to the division of Byzantine territory, Euboea was awarded to Boniface of Montferrat, King of Thessalonica. Boniface in turn ceded the island as a fief to the Flemish noble Jacques II of Avenay, who fortified the capital Triarchy. After his death in mid-1205, however, the island was ceded to 3 Veronese barons: Ravano d'Alcasari, Giberto d'Alcasari and Pecoraro da Mercanuovo. They divided the island into 3 triarchies. The northern, based at Oreos; the southern, ruled from Carastos; and the central portion, ruled from Triarchy. The city of Triarchy or Negroponte, however, was not under the latter's control, but served as overall capital of the island and joint residence of the Lombard rulers and their families. By 1209, however, Ravano had established himself as sole master of Euboea, styling himself as Dominus Insulae Negropontis. Having allied himself with an unsuccessful Lombard rebellion against the Latin Emperor, Henry of Flanders, Ravano was eager to find a powerful protector. Thus, in March 1209, he signed an alliance with Venice, which recognized Venetian overlordship and gave the Venetians significant commercial privileges. In May, however, in an act of political balancing, Ravano also acknowledged his vassalage to the Latin Empire. Succession disputes, however, already after the death of Ravano in 1216, his heirs disagreed over the succession, allowing the Venetian Bayle to intervene as a mediator. He partitioned the 3 baronies in 2, creating thus 6 hexarchies. The northern Triarchy of Oreos was divided between Ravano's nephews, Marino I and Risida. The southern Triarchy of Carastos was divided between his widow, Isabella, and his daughter, Bertha, and the central Triarchy was divided between Giberto's heirs, Guglielmo I and Alberto. Provisions were also made that in the case someone among the sestieri died, his inheritor would be the other sestier of the respective triarchy, and not his children. In fact, most sestieri were succeeded by their brothers, sons or nephews, keeping the baronies within the tight circle of the original Lombard families. In 1255, however, the death of Carantana d'Alcasari, Hexarch of Oreos and wife to William II of Ilhardwin, nominal overlord of Negroponte, led to the so-called War of the Euboeota succession, which involved the Principality of Achaia and Venice. William claimed for himself his wife's inheritance, while the Lombard barons were unwilling to concede it. On 14 June 1256, Guglielmo of Verona and Narzato d'Alcasari, the other 2 triarchs, repudiated their allegiance to William and pledged themselves to Venice. William responded by capturing Triarchy, which the Venetians retook in early 1258. The war ended in the Battle of Caridi in May-June 1258, where William defeated the Duke of Athens, Guy I de la Roche, who had allied himself with the rebellious triarchs. Finally, in August 1259, Doge Raniero Zeno negotiated a peace, followed by a treaty in 1262, which recognized William's suzerainty over the island, but not his possession of the Triarchy of Oreoi. Byzantine interlude. By that time, however, the Empire of Nicaea had established itself as the foremost power in the area of the former Byzantine Empire, reconquering several territories from the Latins. Its successes culminated in the recapture of Constantinople in 1261 and the re-establishment of the Byzantine Empire, whose energetic ruler, Michael VIII Palaeologus, sought to reconquer the remaining Latin principalities in southern Greece. To this end, he accepted the services of Lucario, an Italian renegade, who had his base near Carastos. Under Lucario's command, Byzantine troops soon conquered most of Euboea, except Chalkish. After the departure of Lucario sometime after 1280, however, with Venetian aid, the island gradually returned to Latin control. By 1296, Bonifacio da Verona had completely expelled the Byzantines from Euboea. Later history: in 1317, however, Carastos fell to the Catalan company of Don Alfonso Fadrique, royal vicar general of the Duchy of Athens and illegitimate son of Frederick III of Sicily. In 1319, a peace treaty was signed between Venice and Don Alfonso, whereby he retained Carastos, which the Venetians acquired in 1365. When the last Triarchs, Niccolo III d'Alcasari and Giorgio III Gizzi, died in 1383 and 1390 respectively, they left their territories to Venice, which thus established complete predominance over the island. Nevertheless, the triarchic system was maintained, with Venetian families appointed to the positions of Tessieri, while the Venetian podesta resided at Chalkish. Venice's rule lasted until 1470, when, during the Ottoman-Venetian War of 1463–1479, Sultan Mehmed II campaigned against Chalkish. With the fall of the city on 12 July, the whole island came under Ottoman control. The city's fall is the subject of the Rossini opera Maometa II. List of rulers of Negroponte. Note: the sequence of rulers during the 13th century, as well as the familial relations between them, are not very clear, as information about Euboea's internal history is scarce to non-existent, especially for the period 1216 to 1255. According to the rules of succession laid down on the island's division into thirds and sixths in 1216, on the death of a hexic, he was succeeded in his domain by his fellow hexic within their third, and not by the former's heirs. The following outline for the 13th century relies on the reconstruction by J.B. Berry, Jacques Darvanes,